Hello, fight fans. Welcome to Boxing Block Center. Let's talk about Lennox Lewis, the last undisputed heavyweight king, a legend in the sport of boxing, a guy that I respect a lot and I've always respected, due to his achievement in the ring. But the same guy who has lost credibility after huge critics of Anthony Joshua. I'm not a guy that usually one of these legends. I'm a guy who definitely keep it real and cool and always speak my mind. But at this current time when Water has just turned down a sum of $100 million deal from DAZN, I could not help it. I had to say something. I had to do something about it. And I told Water, I said, listen, if you turn down that deal, I'm going to chastise you. I'm going to dismantle you. I'm going to use all my might and power to make sure and pressure you, that you feel ashamed of yourself. I know maybe you're a father. I know you're a father. You can beat me in the ring. Definitely you can. Because I've not boxed for years. Used to box when I was much younger, but right now I don't do that anymore. Just maybe for fitness sometimes. But I've got my opinion as a boxing analyst, as a boxing fan who want to say the best for the best. I've got to say the truth, and the truth shall set me free. Now, ever since Deontay turned down the $100 million deal he got offered from DAZN, Lennox Lewis has been very quiet. I call him now a parasite. Yeah, that's his name. All the Water followers are all parasites. I'm just saying the truth right now, and I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm just keeping it real. Why do I call them parasites? Because they are the ones who backs a lot, who accuses other fighters of not wanting to step in the ring or not wanting to fight the best. But when the same fighters they like or support, or maybe they work for, a company connected to the fighters they like, they don't want to criticize that fighter because they're afraid of losing their position. We know how it is. We know boxing politics is crazy, but it's even worse, I spoke to one guy yesterday who's a very close partner with PBC, Heyman, and also a very close partner to Eddie Hearn as well. He's in the middle. And we talked about the boxing politics in the game, He told me a lot of stuff. He said, listen, the boxing politics is even worse. There are some individuals you don't want to criticize because if you do, they are going to use their might and power to try attack and take you down because they're scared you are going to expose them. And as for me, I'm a guy that keep it real. Like I said before, I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm Oslo. I've been to so many countries. I've had to live a life that I don't. At some point, I had to do that. I've kept things real in my life, and this is the reason why I'm so strong, mentally strong, and unfaded. Now, Lennox Lewis, the parasite, is quiet, and has been ever since Deontay turned down the $100 million deal from DAZN. He has been quiet. But remember this same Lennox Lewis, the same outrage, he portrayed the same anger, how vocal he was when Water offered Joshua the $50 million ghost money, which I call ghost money because you cannot just offer someone $50 million through email and say, hey, take this money, say yes, under 24 hours, or you won't get the money. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you want to fight someone and you want to make a legitimate offer, you've got to tell the person, okay, let's meet up somewhere, let's have a meeting about it, let's talk about the details of the contract. You know, the contract as well is very important because no one is going to fight without a contract, right? That's for sure. But no, Team Water refused to meet with Eddie Hearn of Metro Boxing at that point. And Lennox Lewis, the parasite, spoke badly about Eddie Hearn, saying that Eddie Hearn is the one stalling the fight. Eddie Hearn is the one who don't want to make the fight happen. He thinks Joshua wants it. He's been very critical of Joshua since day one. And it does, in my opinion, very pathetic, for a legend to just focus on one fighter. A fighter who has done way more for the heavyweight division than he did, okay? Listen, we all know Lennox Lewis is a legend in the sport of boxing. We all know he's got, the fans. We all respect him, He's a guy that has been in the sport of boxing for a long time, He's a legend, a living legend, no doubt about that. He beat the guys like Mike Tyson, even Oliphant, we know that. We all know his achievement in the ring. But whenever he talks about Anthony Joshua, the current unified heavyweight king of the universe, he talks about him in a very negative manner, okay? A negative way as well. And after Water turned down this $100 million deal offered by the Zone, Lennox Lewis has been so quiet like a mouse. I laugh in Chinese, but that's just the fact, That's, what should I say? This guy's been quiet like a mouse. Go ask him about the $100 million deal now and see what Lennox Lewis will say. He's not going to respond, okay? He's not going to criticize Deontay Water because he works for PBC, works for Heyman. He's a puppet, okay? A puppet and a fanboy and a parasite. Yeah, he's a parasite. I respect you. I know you're a legend in the sport of boxing. I know you've done much more than me. Definitely, I'm not a boxer. I used to box when I was young, But I have my freedom of speech and I say the right things because I want the right things to be done. All we want to see is the Joshua Water fight. Nothing else. But these guys are making it very political and making, they, through this Water Joshua fight, we then got to realize who is who. I've now realized that some people who are legends in the sport of boxing don't want some certain young boxers, who are currently ruling their divisions. They don't want them to prosper because they never give them credit. They never talk good about them. And Joshua is a very professional guy who always keeps things real, who you don't see talk shit or try to have a discussion or start throwing insults around. He's lucky. If Joshua was that type of guy, Lennox Lewis would be in trouble right now. But it's left for us, the real boxing fans, the sane boxing fans as well, because we are sane, we are not insane. We are sane because we keep things real, we say things how it should be said and do things how it should be done. So Lennox Lewis, the parasite, must speak against Deontay Water before I believe he's fair. Because right now, He isn't. He is so vast, especially towards Anthony Joshua. The parasite must speak out. And also, I will come to another guy again. What's his name? Holyfield. Talk about it as well. About him, He's also another parasite. All those guys are nothing but parasites because they don't want to see Anthony Joshua prosper. If Water believes that he can beat Joshua, knock him out, he should have taken that deal. $100 million deal. That is not a small amount of money. That's not the money you turn down when you are not even a star. You're not Floyd Mayweather. Okay? You are not Floyd Mayweather who can fight anyone and get paid millions. Just a guy from Alabama. A guy who fought Tyson Fury for way less. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being biased. Maybe I'm just being emotional. Maybe I'm just crazy. But one thing you cannot deny is that I speak things the way it should be. And I say things the way they should be said. That's just what I have for now, guys. Give your thoughts below. Like the videos. Share. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And as well, go follow me on Instagram at Boxing Blog Center. And on Twitter at Boxing Blog. Cheers, everyone.